Overseas Indians have achieved great success worldwide, and now they are turning their sights back toward their homeland. They return to India, start companies, and go on to create new successes. There is now a huge wave of people heading to India, and the movement to lure overseas Indians back is gathering strength as well. This effort is being led by successful overseas Indians who are working to make India a hub of entrepreneurship.
Can we produce the next $2 of India? Why should it always be over there? Don't we have smart?
Shockwaves through India. Part 3 of our series will take a closer look at the power of overseas Indians who are starting to head for their homeland in huge numbers. So what does this network, which supports scores of Indian entrepreneurs, look like? It was started in the United States, home to the largest population of successful overseas Indians. Some estimates say that 1 out of every 10 billionaires in the United States is Indian.
With that, entrepreneurs have a well-established roadmap to follow.
This is the Indus Entrepreneurs Organization, or TIE for short. TIE was created by a group of successful Silicon Valley Indian businessmen. It is this organization's network that is fueling the current Indian entrepreneurship boom. Kanwal Rekhi, 62, one of the original founders of TIE, is a much sought-after advisor. This legendary entrepreneur was the first to commercialize one of the most important internet protocols, TCP/IP. He has accumulated personal wealth of some 50 billion yen. Rekhi and others like him share business knowledge and secrets to success with young would-be entrepreneurs hoping to set up companies back in India. The young man meeting with him today is trying to start a business providing information to users via cell phones.
Hi, good morning, sir, once again. Pleasure meeting you. In India. It's predominantly in India, but yeah, some in US, some in UAE, some in Philippines.
The Indian telecom players have been, mobile players have been pretty harsh, yeah. Doesn't have the daily utility. But
Rekhi draws on his wealth of experience to advise the young man who had fallen into a typical mindset of those just starting out.
But there is going to be a 10% subset of that number.
What we've done is, and how we are different from the existing players in the marketplace, is that we've developed a push-based digital media content distribution platform.
I'll tell you that up front right now, because not only the business I gave you, but it's a very crowded market space.
So push-based, we've not come across any... Yeah, so we've looked at a couple of things in terms of the...
The young man is convinced of the uniqueness of his idea. Rekhi warns him that clinging to any one idea is a dangerous thing.
For example, a person is interested in news.
The ideas become obsolete very quickly. So the idea that you start with, which looks very attractive, tomorrow something else happens in the marketplace, and this idea is obsolete. A good entrepreneur will change his plan very quickly. It's all about person. Ideas are 10%. Ideas are 10%. 90% is person.
And so from that perspective, we felt that our platform is...
TIE, which supports young entrepreneurs with 49 offices in 11 countries, is considered by many to be the world's largest entrepreneur network.
He's got content, but people are coming in sporadically. That's why he's able to only... So from the long haul...
As one who helped build TIE into the organization it is today, Rekhi has personal experience that drove his desire to improve the status of overseas Indians in the business world. These days, Rekhi lives in an exclusive residential area of Silicon Valley. One of the first IT pioneers, he has achieved great wealth since the 1980s.
Hi. Hi. All right.
Thank you.
His success is remarkable even among other overseas Indians, but he says he owes it to the scientific and technical education he received in India. Born in northern India, Rekhi studied electrical engineering at the Indian Institutes of Technology, many of whose graduates have gone on to achieve great success abroad. The IITs were created to educate the scientific and technological elite who would establish India as a powerful nation. Rekhi says his IIT education taught him how to think logically and helped him become a more persuasive speaker. In 1967, he arrived in the United States with just $8 in his pocket. He began working as an engineer in a major electronic and communications firm. When Rekhi graduated from IIT, India's economy was stagnant. At that time, 80% of its college graduates left India to find their fortunes on other shores. At the age of 35, Rekhi moved into an office here on the outskirts of Silicon Valley and started his own company.
But they were in the back, doing the designs and writing for drums. So we were behind the scenes, and we were not happy being behind the scenes. So I thought, it's time for us to make a move. To reach the top of the mountain, you have to be an entrepreneur. And there was no tradition of Indians doing it. So there was a challenge of becoming the first one.
At that time, the internet was only available to researchers. Rekhi brought that technology to the average citizen. Here again, his solid technological education served him well.
But see, this is all new.
He himself began trying to sell this brand new technology. Here too, his training in persuasion from his university days helped him. Microsoft was in the middle of its growth spurt and adopted Rekhi's technology, whose sales figures amounted to a cool 5 billion yen a year. 5 years after he created his business, Rekhi was the first Indian to list his company on the New York Stock Exchange. It was at this time that his board members approached him with a most surprising demand.